I'm one of those relatively rare people that you meet that have been around as long as I have, that were actually born in Florida. I was born up in Sanford, Florida, which is just north of Orlando, and my mom actually was born in the same town, so we've got pretty deep roots in Florida. I've got vivid memories of my mom talking about growing up in Sanford before cars, going out with her mom and taking the buggy from what is 25th Street now, which is in town, which was then way out of town, down to get supplies. And really, it was the Margie Kennan Rawlings, Florida, that I kind of grew up in. And I was raised in a household with 3 boys. My mom is the only woman, bless her soul. My mom never worked. My dad worked very hard. We never had a great deal of money. We didn't know we didn't have a great deal of money. We had a very good life. My mom and dad were regular attendees at church. We went to church every week. I went to Sunday school, sang in the choir. I had a lawn mowing business when I was too young to drive. My mom, again, would haul me around with my lawnmower. We had a friend who was a realtor. I got to mow all the lawns that were listed for sale in the real estate business. When I went through high school, I had 1 or 2 jobs all the time. I had a weekend job, I had a weekday job. And that continued even when I went to college at Florida State. I had 1 or 2 or 3 jobs all through college and even into law school. But those things, it never was a hardship. It was sort of like the way it is. It was pretty necessary that I worked to earn my own money to do the things I wanted to do. But I think it's so great that you have those values kind of modeled or role modeled for you, then you pick them up, and thankfully my children, our children, have those same values today. One of the greatest things that ever happened to me was I was going across the campus at FSU. I think I was a senior. I was with my roommate and a couple of other guys who were much more outgoing than I was at the time. And we started following this beautiful girl across campus. And my friends struck up a conversation with her, but I'm the one that actually ended up taking her out. And I, through that conversation, met my wife, Pam. We were later married, and we've been married for many, many years. Pam was a freshman at the time. I was a senior. So since I had been admitted to law school, she dated me all through those law school years. And because I was working so hard, she was required to go to the library because that's where she's going to spend time with me. I think one of the greatest privileges I have, other than being her husband, is to be the father of our 2 children. And looking back, and I stood up at my daughter's wedding when she got married and said, it is so good to look back and say, I wouldn't have done anything differently. I was fortunate in that I was able to work my schedule so that I was at every ball game, every recital, everything they did at school. And those things are cherished memories for me, and I know they are for them as well. Pam and I have been members of our church ever since we moved to Clearwater. 25 years ago, I met a group of men who had a non-denominational Bible study, and we call it a Thursday morning Bible study group. And I've been fortunate enough to be involved with that Thursday morning Bible study for more than 25 years. And out of that, had an opportunity to get involved with Isaiah Zen, which is a nonprofit that I'm on the board of, to help families, to keep families together in their homes so that they don't become homeless, or to give assistance to families who have become homeless to get back on their feet economically. Ten years ago, I was the managing partner of a successful, established Clearwater law firm. We had 13 lawyers. We had offices in 3 or 4 cities and an office in Colorado. But I was not happy professionally. I was managing over 200 files, and at that time, a client's case was a file simply because of the volume we were handling. And the simplest thing for me to do would have been to have stayed there. But I knew I wasn't satisfied, and I made the decision, with the support and encouragement of my wife, to leave and open my own office. And we haven't looked back. We did that because I wanted to have that personal relationship with each client, to be able to give them the time and attention their case deserved, and quite frankly, that they deserved. When someone's been injured in an accident, they obviously need help, and we're here and are anxious and want to provide that help. But I think the relationship that I want with a client is beyond that. There's something personal about it. There's that sense that even after the case is over, I'm your friend, I'm your resource, I'm the person that you're going to come to because you might need help 5 years from now and don't know where to turn. I know someone I can send you to. I remember vividly a wonderful gentleman I represented a couple years ago. His wife died tragically following a routine surgery. And walking with him down that road of the emotions that he went through with the sudden loss of his wife and what we were able to do to give him a sense that they had recognized what they had done to him. And the relationship we enjoy today, the calls and the cards of a sincere appreciation for just being there with him and being there through those times, that's why I come in every morning.